Since I've come out publicly, just 2 short years ago, I've been asked question after question by monosexuals, both gay and straight alike. So now I think it's high time that I get to ask some questions to monosexuals, right? Isn't that fair? Tit for tat?
That sounds perfectly fair to me, but tit for tat? What's wrong with a question? It's not eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. You don't need to justify it, you could just say, oh, I have some questions. I mean, I cut out the first huge chunk of his video because he's saying nothing. If you want to ask some questions, man, just ask some questions. I enjoy being asked questions because it means I can make a video, which I also enjoy doing. Especially when they're unusual and addressed at monosexuals. Yeah, this guy is bi and he wants his sexuality to be the most special. So he's got a challenge for monos like me. People only attracted to one other gender. So alright buddy, what you got for me? Shoot.
Here are 10 questions that I have for monosexuals. 1. What is it about liking multiple genders that scares you?
Not liking two, liking multiple. Now, I'm no etymologist, but I have a feeling bisexuality refers to two. What you're alluding to, mate, is often called pansexuality, and it's important for it to have its own term because the LGBT people don't want your letter in there. Otherwise it would be. I never see a P in there. I've seen LGBTQII2+, never see a P. And if they do add a P, I know Salon and Todd Nickerson are gonna have it be paedophilia first. With that out of the way though, it doesn't scare me.
Does it make you question your own sexuality?
What, you mean I might think, wait, maybe I'm bisexual, maybe I'm attracted to women and femigenders, and demi-femmes. Nah.
Does it threaten your understanding of the world?
Nope.
Does it force you to realize that few things in this world actually are binaries?
That depends on how you're looking at things as well though, doesn't it? I mean, you can have a light switch that's on or off. You can also have a fader sort of knob where it can be at different brightnesses, but it's still also either on or off. Even if you take gender as a spectrum of male to female or whatever you want to do, you're gonna be more to one side or the other, right? Bisexuals like people who place on either end. Monosexuals like people who place on one side. That is, if we're gonna play that game. And use fucking terms like monosexual.
2. Why are you so arrogant? Why can't you believe that there are sexualities out there that aren't like yours?
I think gay people exist. I think people who wanna fuck people of both genders exist. Mate, I think people who wanna fuck dogs exist.
You see, when you believe that your sexuality is the only real one, you're being egocentric.
I have never come across anyone who believes that. I've come across people who judge people for having a different sexuality. Never come across anyone who doesn't believe anyone has a different sexuality to them. An example might have been a good idea here.
You're thinking that your experience of the world is the only one that exists. Sure, argue solipsism, but I find it a lack of empathy. I also find it ignorant.
Who's the arrogant one now? I think you are merely arrogant because you lack my capacity for empathy and superior knowledge. Fuck off.
3. Why do you equate sexual fluidity with moral fluidity?
This one's pretty good, and I have to tell you, the reason for that is I played a video game called Gone Home. It taught me that lesbians are treacherous and untrustworthy. It showed me that they'll abandon responsibilities and duties they've willingly taken on just for the pussy. And I've got to assume that bisexuals will be twice as bad, and if they're attracted to multiple genders like you are, several times as bad. Again, it's Gone Home that did this to me. The anti-homosexuality propaganda game. Turned me into a bigot. 9 out of 10 would discriminate against the gays again.
4. Why do you forget that we exist? We are the 3rd letter in the LGBT acronym.
Nah, but bisexuals are, but what you are isn't a bisexual. You're a not only do multiple genders exist, I want to stick my dick in them guy. Or have them stick their whatever appendage they have in me kind of guy. And people don't forget you exist, you're just really annoying. I never get invited to parties. Is it because I'm bi? I better call them and leave 100 messages asking if that's why.
We compose the majority of the LGBT community. We experience severe health disparities, issues that monosexuals do not face.
What, is there a bisexual disease that other people can't get? That's not how it works, mate. It means you face issues that other people do face, but what you've just said is a higher proportion of bisexual people face them. I don't know or even care if that's true, but what he said isn't what he's making it sound like he's saying. It's a bit like that trick where you have a black student at a prestigious university and they're saying, look what happens to black people more, or disproportionately happens to black people. You need to give me, a rich black person, more help. You gotta help the people who have those problems, or figure out what's causing those problems for the people who have them.
5. Why don't you let us give blood?
Hold on one sec. This is for any man who's had sex with a man, right? So it applies to monosexual gay people too. Wow. Why do you forget gay people exist?
Not only can I not give blood, any woman I've ever had sex with can't give blood.
And those women might be straight monosexuals.
Simply because I've had sex with another man.
I'm not the person to ask about this. And if you want to make some sort of point, you need to show us why that's done. As I think, back in my mind, it's because of statistics. Something to do with quantity or percentage of new infections being spread between men who have sex with men. But I don't know, it's not something arranged by people who aren't bisexual. It's not something solely affecting people who are bisexual. You just showed us how it isn't. Make another video, show me why it's done, why that isn't effective or shouldn't be done, make the case and I'll listen. For now though, my answer is, I don't know.
Don't let ignorance and hatred masquerade as facts and science.
Well, I think you're trying to convince me of something and you've left me as ignorant as when you started.
We do not live in Trump's America. Not yet.
That's right. And things are the way you don't want them to be. Not in Trump's America. You're trying to manipulate me there. You're trying to, after saying don't let this masquerade as facts and science, and then you're like, this is a Trump-like thing. You should oppose it. I see ya, you cheeky little bugger.
FDA, get your shit together.
Is the FDA a monosexual agency?
Why aren't you working with us to help decrease the health disparities that bisexuals face on a daily basis?
Don't care enough. I have severely disabled people in my family who I will help directly, long before I help bisexuals or any other identity group. But I will say that the way you present yourself, the way you speak, the way you hold yourself, annoys me so much that I've put bisexuals to the back of the line of any group I would help.
7. Why do you think that we're on teams?
Because that's the way you're presenting it. Because you're not speaking as you, but as a letter in an acronym. Things start looking kinda team-like when you're doing that.
That if I'm dating a woman, then I'm no longer queer.
Hang on, this seems like it's directed at people who are not monosexuals, who want to kick him out of their club. Look, you can't start playing identity politics and then get upset when things start getting exclusionary. You can't do the, me first, I'm part of this club and we have a higher rate of XYZ, help me first over these other groups, and then be upset when people don't want you in that group. That is the whole game.
We are not on teams. I'm not forsaking you for another team. I love the person I happen to fall in love with. That's it.
No, that is not it. You were just talking about how you want to be the B in LGBT and you want to get help because of that. If you're getting help because you're bisexual, the people who are going to be helping you are going to want to make sure they're actually helping a bisexual. You've created that. The exclusion happens because of you. And, I mean, presumably part of the idea is that bisexual people are discriminated against. If you are a man dating a woman, how are people even going to know how to discriminate against you? You get me? So yeah, you have created a team to be on that should come with benefits, people helping you in particular, and because of the way things work, if you're going to date a woman and you're a dude, you're going to be a second level member of that group. That's your game. Don't come crying to me about it. Don't come crying to any other monosexual about it either.
Why do you fetishize us?
I don't in general.
Straight men, why do you fetishize bisexual women? Why do you think their sexuality is performative?
'Cause I'm a visual creature. Or rather, that's why you think I think their sexuality is performative. Sometimes it is though. That's a thing. Girls kissing to draw men in is a thing.
Why do you think everything a woman does is for you and your gaze?
Sorry, me and my gaze. My gaze is in not this gang of homos I've got, but my view. Look at it this way. The sunset isn't for my viewing pleasure, but it doesn't stop it being really nice to look at, and it doesn't stop me going out of my way to see it if I know it's happening.
Gay men, why do you fetishize bisexual men? Why is it considered hot to have sex with women?
Yeah, a gay man who thinks it's hot to have sex with women would be a problem, wouldn't it? Fucking what? Here's my question to gay men. Why are you always chasing that pussy?
Why do you think I'm more masculine because of it?
Oh, right, okay. I have no idea if that's actually a thing or not. Gay viewers, you're gonna have to tell me. Are there gay guys who will sleep with a woman and have it known so that other gay men will think he's more masculine and more attractive? Is that a thing? Answer in the comments, please.
9. Why do you refuse to date us?
I have no idea if anyone I've dated is bisexual. If I found out they were, I wouldn't be upset. If I was dating someone and I found out they were bisexual, it wouldn't upset or bother me or anything. But I probably wouldn't date someone who was all about being bisexual.
Is it ignorance? You believe false stereotypes?
I actually don't know what the bisexual stereotypes are.
Are you insecure, unable to handle some of the challenges that come with dating someone who is not monosexual?
Wanna go get coffee sometime? No. What's wrong? You can't handle my difficulties, you can't handle my challenges, you're not up to the task. I want a partner, not someone to adopt and look after. If dating you is all about handling challenges, no, I'm not gonna date you. If that's what dating a bisexual person is all about, then fucking no, I will not date a bisexual person. Thanks for changing my mind.
And lastly, 10. Why do we have to justify our sexuality when you do not? Because the more you ask and the more you question my sexuality, the more I start to question yours.
That's fine. I might not answer if I don't feel like it, but please go ahead, ask as many questions as you want. I know you're talking about monosexuals in general, but I've got an Ask FM page. Question my sexuality directly as much as you want.
I believe no one should have to justify their sexuality.
Yeah, I agree. No one should have to, but people should be free to question it, and if you want to justify it or try to, or explain, you should be able to go ahead as well. If you've got some dickheads bullying you in real life or something, then I feel you, man. But questioning stuff's good, even if it's really uncomfortable or personal. As long as you're not being stalked and hunted down by the question askers. That was disappointing. I haven't been made to confront any truth about myself or change my view of the world. All I've done is listen to some guy who annoys me for like 6 minutes. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.